Good morning. My name is Lena Nguyen, and I currently serve as a student board member for the San Diego Unified School District. During National Human Trafficking Prevention Month, it is important to recognize that student safety challenges are not always visible. Many students experience stress, instability, or unsafe situations outside of school that can directly impact their well-being. For some students, school is the safest place that they have. It is where trusted adults notice changes in behavior, attendance, or engagement, and where students are more likely to speak up if they believe their concerns will be taken seriously. Students are more likely to report safety concerns when reporting systems are clear, confidential, and easy to understand. When students don't know where to go or worry nothing will happen, they often stay silent. That silence can allow harm, including exploitation and trafficking, to continue to be unnoticed. In 2021, California had 1,334 cases of human trafficking, of which 1,108 were female and 1,023 were sex-related, and 246 were minors. That is scary. San Diego Unified School District is taking steps to ensure students are protected from the dangers of human trafficking. By updating its reported protocols, the district is taking a new approach, creating clear pathways for reporting concerns and sending an important message to students. Your voice matters and your safety matters. As students, we want to know three things when we speak up. Who will listen? What will happen next? Will I be protected? These updates help answer those questions. Reporting is about prevention, protection, and support. Early reporting can stop harm before it escalates and connect students with resources that they need. On behalf of students across the district, I really appreciate the district's commitment to strengthening its reporting systems. When adults take the time to improve reporting processes, it builds trust, and trust is essential for student wellness and success. Thank you. And I would like now to introduce Carlos Rodriguez, an internal investigator with the Office of Investigations, Compliance, and Accountability.
Good morning. My name is Carlos Rodriguez, and I'm an investigator with San Diego Unified's Office of Investigations, Compliance, and Accountability. Before joining San Diego Unified, I spent many years investigating crimes against children and human trafficking cases. I saw firsthand the devastating impact these crimes have on young people and their families. Based on that experience, I know how critical it is for schools to have systems in place to prevent exploitation and support our students. At its core, our work is about protecting students and ensuring concerns are taken seriously, handled promptly, and addressed with care. Human trafficking is a national problem, and as Alina mentioned, it is an issue too many Californians have fallen victim to. Some of our students are the most at risk of being exploited, including students of color, unhoused students, and those who identify as LGBTQIA. We are building a multidisciplinary team with internal and external partners and implementing a trauma-informed response to prevent human trafficking in our school community. Here's how we are protecting our students. We updated our reporting protocols, making it easier for people to report concerns via our website. The information will be received by someone on our team who has the expertise in human trafficking and the capacity to respond with empathy and resources. Refreshing staff training district-wide by providing multiple opportunities on campus and virtually, including a district-wide webinar to be held in February. San Diego Unified Police Department implemented a formalized written protocol establishing clear and consistent procedures. We have a designated liaison officer who will work directly with the San Diego County Human Trafficking Task Force to ensure all reports are handled appropriately. Additionally, we are partnering with San Diego Youth Services to provide students, families, and employees with immediate access to services and resources. This work is critical. Human trafficking can be hidden and difficult to identify. Our new reporting system will help ensure those concerns don't fall through the cracks. Our message is simple. If something doesn't feel right, We want students and families to come forward. Thank you. I would now like to invite Jonathan Castillo, CEO of San Diego Youth Services, to share a few words.
Good morning. We're grateful for the opportunity to partner with San Diego Unified School District to support students, families, and communities in San Diego. At San Diego Youth Services, we believe every young person deserves to feel safe, supported, and empowered to reach their full potential. San Diego Unified shares that commitment, and this partnership reflects our shared vision of prevention, healthy relationships, and student success. Together, we are bringing critical human trafficking support, prevention services directly into schools. This includes education around human trafficking, including risk factors, how to spot human trafficking, and what to do if a student is being trafficked, and the resources and services that are available to them. We will educate students about healthy relationships, offer services that include mental health services and support when our students need it the most. Through our long-standing human trafficking awareness and recovery support services, our dedicated team has decades of experience working with young people and families across San Diego County. By working closely together, we can remove barriers to care and create safer, healthier environments both at school and at home. When schools and community organizations work together, we can meet students where they are and make real, lasting difference in their lives. We look forward to making a positive impact in the lives of San Diego's young people. Thank you. I would like to now invite San Diego Unified Student Board of Education trustee, Ashley Ordaz, to say a few words.
Good morning. As we close today, I want to speak directly to students across San Diego Unified. If something doesn't feel right about your safety or someone else's, it matters. You deserve to feel safe, supported, and heard, both in and out of school. Speaking up can feel hard or confusing. That's why having clear reporting options and trusted adult matters. These updated protocols are here to make it easier for students to ask for help and to ensure concerns are taken seriously. If you or a friend needs support, start by talking to a trusted adult at your school, such as counselor, teacher, administrator, or staff member. You can also report concerns through our district's reporting channels, which are confidential and designed to protect students. Most importantly, know this: you are not alone. Asking for help is not getting someone in trouble, it's taking care of yourself and your community. To my fellow students, look out for one another. Trust your instincts and don't stay silent when something feels wrong. Your voice can make a difference. Thank you.
Hi, we'll take questions now. Yes?
Two questions. The first one, you mentioned people can report things online. We see the link right there. Was that not the case prior to these changes? Could you not report it online?
You could not report it online here at the school district, so we created something where there are a number of questions that first identify, is someone immediately at risk? And if that is, then the appropriate measure will happen. And then we can gather information to see if someone needs to receive some resources.
Okay, and then second question, what prompted these changes? Was there a state mandate, new funding, or was this just something the district felt was necessary?
Well, that's a very good question. I think that comes to, there was a change in who works here, I think. My executive director, he's a nationally recognized expert in the matter of human trafficking. And then I used to work crimes against children and human trafficking cases. I did that for quite a while and still work in that space. So when we saw there was an opportunity that what was being done, and you look at other areas where they're just checking a box, we didn't want to do that. We wanted to do more so we can provide resources for people if they need it, and also get that to who can actually help someone with resources, who can actually, and has the capacity to do it. So that's why we came together to make these changes.
Any other questions?
About the numbers that you say, just to confirm, there are 2,000 cases, or what was the numbers?
Are you talking about the statistics that Alina mentioned? So there are a number of statistics, and actually a lot of the statistics right now are not current. So what I can say from working the cases and what we know, that this is an issue that affects everybody, and especially here in our community, and we want to do the best that we can to respond to that. I think through the system that we have where we're collecting this data and getting people help, we may have some better statistics in the future. But I can say it is a problem, and part of the reason why the statistics aren't always right is people may not always know how to report it. Sometimes a lot of times people are afraid to come forward and say this is actually happening to them because they're embarrassed. I can tell you it is an issue, and it is something that we feel very passionate about and that we want to address and make sure our students are safe.
Well, we'll provide those to you after.
I have a question.
Yes.
Earlier, it was mentioned that on how students, LGBTQIA students and also students of color are most at risk. Why is that?
I think historically, from looking at things, is sometimes those people that are in those areas are more at risk just because of where they live. It could be they're a more vulnerable population. Everyone can be at risk at this, but looking at historically from the cases I've worked, those are the communities, those are the people who we've seen there've been the most issues with. And I don't know if anyone else here may have some more information on that, may want to answer that. No? Okay.
Do you want to?
Yep. Yes. Yes, please.
So typically when,
Can you introduce yourself,
Uh,
so that they have?
yes, thank you. I am Ember Price. I am a Director of Services with San Diego Youth Services. And typically when the people who identify with these different types of populations become more vulnerable is usually some factors that go around that are lack of the typical types of supports that other youth and other adults may have in place. So social supports, family supports, and resources of places to go to know where to get help. And because when they're looking for making connections, what we'll notice is that just puts them in a more vulnerable space to become a target, just by nature of their circumstances.
Carlos, what agency did you work for in the district?
So I worked for the Washington State Patrol, and then I was a task force officer with the FBI.
Okay, and I know this was kind of mentioned by some of the speakers, but I guess given your experience doing that, talk about how, you know, you don't judge a book by its cover. So you go to school every day with your friends, you see people walk down the hall, and you may not have any idea that this is happening, but in your experience, I mean, this happens across the board to people you least expect. I mean, I just am curious what your experience has been seeing, the types of victims.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen every type of victim from every class. So it can be very difficult. I think the best thing is if you see somebody who you feel maybe something's not quite right, is to engage in a conversation with them and then pay attention and then know what the signs are, which we have some listed on our website, which I think is just a start so people can start to educate themselves, and then we're going to start to add additional resources on there so people can help identify that. I don't know if that answered your question.
Okay. One last thing. I know there's going to be training for teachers and staff. Is there going to be, you know, any messaging put out to students? I'm not sure if that was mentioned.
Yes, absolutely. And the website is a work in progress, and then we are working on that to make sure that happens. And there currently is training that is going out to certain sites, but we want to make sure that it's standardized and it's best practices, what's best for our students.
Are there any signs you can let us know right now?
Signs of?
Human trafficking.
Well, you can look at, you know, the basic ones are if you notice your friend has multiple phones, that's one, because sometimes they use different things to look at. I think the big thing here for the school, though, is absenteeism, where your friends quit showing up, because then where are they? What are they doing? I think that's a big one. So that's definite. Do they have a lot of cash and they don't have a job? Are they hanging out with people that you're not familiar with? Those are, I think those are the main ones. Hopefully that answers your questions.
Is this information going to be available in other languages for students, like in different campuses?
Yes.
And what happens if someone knows someone that might
How was your approach to that type of?
So are you asking if the person doesn't want to talk that may be affected, or the person wants to come forward and they're not sure if they... So absolutely, if you see something that you're concerned with, we want to know about it. They can go to the site. If they want to remain anonymous, they can. And really, it's because we want to make sure someone gets the resources they are. They may not be a victim of trafficking. It may be something else. But we still want to make sure that we're protecting our children and that they're safe. And that they're not falling into something where maybe they are becoming more vulnerable, and then maybe they eventually become a victim. Oftentimes, people don't want to come forward. That happens quite a bit.
You know?
For the parents, what's the message for the parents about this situation?
Educate yourself. Be involved. That's the number one thing. Be involved with your kids. That's how you're going to know if you're not around. How are you going to know what's going on? Know who their friends are. Know who their parents are. And I can say I'm a parent, and that's what I did. Also, I would say as a parent, your mom or your dad, your kids aren't always going to listen to you. Sometimes if you can find something to help you show your kids that comes from one of their peers that does a much better job. I mean, I work those cases. I talk to my kids. They didn't listen to me. They listened more to their peers because they felt they were the experts. So if you can change the way that you present things to them, that really helped me. Yes.
You want to talk about your parent? If they have anything else we can do one-on-one, people are available.
And as a follow-up with that, we also offer trainings to parents and caregivers to help with supporting around educating, learning what are the risk signs, how do they engage their children, how they can work to help protect them, and ways to identify if something's going on, and different ways that they can get support as well as parents in the event that they were to find out that their child or even a friend of theirs child is or has been trafficked.